following info is given about a group of high-risk borrowers. Of all these, 30% defaulted on at least one student loan. Of the borrowers that defaulted on at least one car loan, 40% defaulted on at least one student loan. Of the borrowers who did not default on any student loans, 28% defaulted on at least one car loan. So let's just focus on this part first to draw the diagram. So there are two things going on: defaulting on at least one student loan and defaulting on at least one car loan. So in the Venn diagram, let S be the left oval that represents the default on one student loan, at least one student loan, and the right oval, which is C, that gives the probability of default on at least one car loan. So we are given that the first condition says that 30% defaulted on at least one student loan. So student loan is X plus Z. So that means X plus Z is 0.3. That's what condition 1 gives. Condition 2 says of the borrowers who defaulted on at least one car loan, 40% defaulted on at least one student loan. So of the borrowers who defaulted on at least one car loan, so one car loan is Z plus Y. So of these, 40% defaulted on one student loan. So which means of these, 40% defaulted on one student loan. So it means 40% of these defaulted on one student loan. So 40% of these is 40% of Z plus Y. And of these, the one who default on one student loan are Z. So that means Z is 40% of Z plus Y. Yeah, 40% of the ones who default on car loan, which means 40% of these default on one student loan, which is Z. So Z is 40% of Y plus Z. And when we solve this, we get Z equals 0.4Y plus 0.4Z, and 0.6Z equals 0.4Y, and you divide by 0.6, so you get Z equals 2Y by 3. Okay, condition 3. Condition 3 says of the borrowers who did not default on any student loan. So let's see which are the ones who did not default on any student loan. So student loan is X plus Z. So the ones who do not default on any student loan will be these Y and these W. These Ws are the ones who didn't default on anything. So the ones who did not default on any student loans will be the Y and the W. So Y plus W. And 28% of these defaulted on at least one car loan. So of these, the W plus Y, the ones who default on one car loan are the Ys, and we are told that 28% of this total, 28% of the non-defaulters on student loans, so 28% of W plus Y equals the ones which defaulted on car loan, which is Y. So Y is equal to 28% of W plus Y. So we don't need to simplify this because we have a trick here. Okay, first remember that X plus Y plus Z plus W is 1, because that's all the options. That's all the sample space, X, Y, Z, and W. So now, since we need probability C given S, so now let's read that part of the problem, which was saying that A statistician randomly selects a borrower from this group and observes that the selected borrower defaulted on at least one student loan. So it means we are given that there was a default on at least one student loan. So we are given S. Calculate the probability the borrower defaulted on at least one car loan. So we have to find the probability of C given S. So C given S would be C and S. Remember, this was our notation which we developed very early on. C and S, we can just say CS divided by P of S. Now C and S was the common between the C and the S. That was Z if you go up. And the S was X plus Z. So Z over X plus Z. So now so it means that we just need the Z and the X. So we've tried to find a route where we're eliminating everything else and just getting the Z and the X. So you have W plus Y. From here you can see that W plus Y is equal to Y over 0.28. So this one has a W plus Y in it. So if we just replace that W plus Y by the Y over 0.28, W is eliminated. That's why I was saying that we don't need to simplify this one. So substitute the W plus Y equals Y over 0.28 in this one. So the X plus Z stay, and the W plus Y gets replaced by Y over 0.28 equals 1. And now once again, if you look at equation number 1, that tells us that X plus Z is 0.3. So we replace the X plus Z over here by 0.3. So you get 0.3 plus Y over 0.28 equals 1. And now that quickly tells us what Y is. Subtract the 0.3 and multiply by 0.28. You get Y equals 0.196. And now equation 2 was telling us Z is 2Y by 3. So 2 by 3 times 0.196 gives us Z, 0.131. And remember, X plus Z was 0.3. That was the first equation. So X would be 0.3 minus Z. So 0.3 minus 0.131 equals 0.169. And now we needed C given S, which was Z over X plus Z. So substitute the Z and the X values. And we get 0.44. That was choice C.